Donald Trump.
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 Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Trump. Trump.
Who in the hell does he think he is? Who does he think he is?
These people are sick.
The DNC is already off the rails. Did y'all see Joe Biden? This video is brought to you by Carnivore Snacks, brought to you by Carnivore Snacks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite new snack. I literally can eat these all day long. And I love the fact that they stay juicy. You know, you get some kind of jerky type meat and it's dry and this is juicy. It still got the fat on it. I literally want to eat it while I'm doing this little ad. This is my favorite snack by far. And I'll tell you the two in the middle are by far my favorite. And then I don't really eat chicken like that, but the chicken snack, I think it's this one right here. No, that's the pork. The chicken over here is like chips. So it's like a chicken chip off the doggone chain. 100% grass-fed and finished. No preservatives, no seasoning, none of that marinade or none of that stuff. Just simply meat and salt. And that's why I love it. It's healthy. I don't have to worry about none of that crap. I can have a really good, healthy carnivore snack and enjoy it. You got to pick up a bag of this. These are my favorite, and I mean it. Ask Nick. These are my favorite. I literally want to eat these the whole show. But anyway, I got to get to the rest of the stuff. Go to carnivoresnacks.com. Make sure you put in discount code Tatum to get 15% off. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to have my snacks and eat them, so don't mind me. These things are so good, I'm not even playing with y'all. Wait till you order them. Anyway, let's talk about the DNC real quick because it was a madhouse. These people are so disingenuous, it's crazy to me. Like we literally made a compilation. So you don't have to watch the thing. We compiled all of their highlights. And I'm telling you what, like, just honestly speaking, I wish that they were excited. I wish that it was genuine. I wish they did a really good job. And I wish they were better than Trump. I really do wish the Democrats were better than Trump. Because if you can perform and do better than Trump, then, oh my God, our country is going to be the greatest it's ever been in the history of its existence. And why would that hurt me? For the Democrats to be better than Trump, it won't hurt me. It don't hurt America. It'll help America if somebody can be better than Trump, but they ain't. They ain't nowhere near Trump. And let me just say this. They get on there, they grandstand, they put the teleprompter out there, they talking on it, they scream, it's like the teleprompter say, raise your voice. This is what, and then this is what I'm supposed to do. Do. Are you kidding me? That's how they read on it. Anyway, I'm going to play the clip so y'all don't have to believe me. Roll the clip.
Watching tonight, the diversity of the faces, the youth in the room, the diversity of people's backgrounds is so striking and different from a couple of weeks ago. And what's also different is the overall message. I mean, Biden and Harris are speaking to the totality of the country, the multicultural, multi-ethnic country we live in that's diverse with a big umbrella and everybody who's a part of it. And Trump and Vance speak to a tiny, tiny portion of the public. And that's a striking thing. You look at the room, but I think also in the messages we'll hear.
This is his moment tonight. It's his moment, yeah.
Yeah, Biden is known in his career as being one of the best eulogy givers at funerals. And now they're making him come and give his own career.
He has files of every eulogy.
Yeah, and now.
Wait a minute. I didn't even see this part. I got to go back. All right, roll it.
Givers at funerals. And now they're making him come and give his own career.
He has files of every eulogy.
Yeah, and now they're making him give his own eulogy at this convention. I mean,
you have to give one. It's best that you get to give your own.
Yeah, I guess. I am anxious to see how they handle it. It's a sticky wicket. I mean, he was bullied out of this race after 52 years of service to the Democratic Party, and it wasn't all about his age. He was unpopular. He was going to lose. It was Afghanistan. It was inflation. It was immigration. And now, and he had to be dragged out by the fingernails. I'm sorry. This is not, he's not here in a happy moment, okay? I know that this yarn that's being spun in this hall that he was popular and selfless and handing on. No. It is the opposite, and everybody knows it, and yet the Democrats are engaging in this theater of looking into cameras and saying it. So it's not true.
Is he going to kiss in the mouth? Now, watch this. Y'all see, I got it on a big camera. Can we see, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Will he actually be crying? Because he finna pull out a napkin because they got it on the cue card for you to go up and look this girl in the eye, act like you're gonna kiss her in the mouth, and then let her kiss you on the cheek and hold her for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, pull out your napkin, your handkerchief, and dab your eye with it, even though you ain't nowhere near crying. Watch this. Y'all pay attention. Look at it. Get your handkerchief. What are you doing? God is my witness, bro. These people are so fake, it's crazy to me. Is that a genuine cry? Can somebody articulate to me, is that a genuine cry? Normally when you cry, it's unexpected, right? You hug it and you feel it. The first thing you do ain't, let me go to my pocket and get my napkin out and dab one of my eyes and walk. A lot of time you cry a little bit. Then you get to the podium and you got tears coming down your eyes because you genuinely have a feeling. And then at the last minute you scramble for your stuff. What is he doing? They probably told him to do what I just said, but he forgot.
In its decision overturning Roe v. Wade, that you heard earlier tonight, the United States Supreme Court majority wrote the following, quote, women are not without electoral or political power. No kidding.
Did the teleprompter say no kidding? I gotta watch this again. I thought you were gonna say electromagnetic or something. I don't know what he was saying.
Are not without electoral or political power. No kidding. MAGA Republicans found out the power of women in 2022. And Donald Trump is going to find out the power of women in 2024.
I love Tim Walz. So, Tim, my daughters were saying to me, you know, he's like a male version of you, Mom. And I thought that was so funny.
Minus the red lip. I can see it.
But he's rocking a purple tie in honor of the Vikings and Prince. So, like, he's always on message.
Donald Trump would be able to weaponize the Department of Justice to go after his political opponents. He could even turn the FBI into his own personal police force. That is not how it works in America. That's how it works in dictatorships.
He cares.
She actually snitched on herself. Donald Trump can take over the FBI. That's not how it works in America. Yeah, duh. So he can't. He can't do it in America. You can't take over the FBI in America. You get impeached. Okay. All right.
She cares so much that if you're lucky enough to be her friend, she calls you on her birthday, and sometimes she sings to you. She called me on mine right when I had decided to run for lieutenant governor. She asked tough questions. I promised I'd follow her lead and invest in the future. Together, we shattered that glass ceiling, California, and got to work. I am so glad the country is getting to see the Kamala that I've known for decades. For Californians and Pennsylvanians, for Texans and Wisconsinites, for states red and blue and everything in between. President Biden and Vice President Harris have been investing in our future and are on our side, and we are not going back.
And I, for one,
These people are terrible, bruh. They put on theater. Like, can you just genuinely give a speech? Even if you make mistakes, even if you sound too emotional, even if you ramble a little bit, at least it's genuine. These people are literally reading a script and they still suck. They have to put on a facade. Why can't they just be honest and genuine? It's crazy to me.
am tired of hearing about how a two-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, trampling on our way of life. The truth is, Don, you cannot love this country if you only fight for the wealthy and big business. To love this country is to fight for its people, all people, working people, everyday Americans like bartenders and factory workers and fast food cashiers who punch a clock and are on their feet all day in some of the toughest jobs out there. Ever since
somebody literally, she went to a speech coach and they said, this is how you give a speech. Or she was looking at some Southern preacher and was like, let me do what they do. Not be herself. And just corny, bro. That's not even AOC. If she was herself, this would have been a little more compelling. She literally is putting on theater.
I got elected, Republicans have attacked me by saying that I should go back to bartending.
You should.
But let me tell you, I'm happy to any day of the week because there is nothing wrong with working for a living. She is working tirelessly to secure a ceasefire in Gaza and bringing hostages home. But Chicago, just because the choice is clear to us does not mean that the path will be easy. Over the next 78 days, we will have to pour every ounce, every minute, every moment into making history on November 5th. But we cannot send Kamala and Tim to the White House alone. Together, we must also elect strong Democratic majorities in the House and in the Senate so that we can deliver on an ambitious agenda for the people. Because if you are a working parent trying to afford rent and childcare, Kamala is for you. If you are a senior who had to go back to work because your retirement didn't stretch far enough, Kamala is for you. If you're an immigrant family just starting your American story, Kamala is for you.
I'm not inspired whatsoever. These people are so disingenuous and fake and staged that it's incredibly crazy to me. If you don't mind working for a living as a bartender, why don't you bartend on the side? Why don't you bartend on the side? Because you're making way too much money to go back to bartending. You was probably trash at bartending, and you needed to come up somewhere. And these people get on stage and they do all that talking and gawking and all this stuff. You know, the funny thing is that Kamala Harris was incredibly unpopular. Nobody liked her. She had no approval rating when she didn't get any delegates when she ran for president. And then she had the worst approval rating in vice president history. Nobody knew what she was doing while she was VP. Joe Biden was so terrible he had to drop out of the race. And all of a sudden they're reinvigorating this woman and she's a new character now. What are y'all talking about? I don't get it. And she gets on here and stage this speech that she did. It's not from the heart. It's not what she actually believes. Kamala Harris is, I call her Kamala. It's better to say Kamala. That's the English dialect of her name. I don't know what they do in India. But Kamala Harris is trash. I don't know how people want to vote for them. We have to get women's right to choose. You have a right to choose. You have a right to choose every day. You can choose whether you call Tyrone up and go over his house and be in a 3-point stance or not. That was a choice. That take a lot of work. You got to call on the phone. You got to get an Uber. You got to drive. He got to come pick you up. Then you got to get to the homeboy house. And I don't know if y'all just go straight to business or y'all got to play around a little bit. Y'all got to get in the mood and all that. You got a whole bunch of stuff you got to do before you start getting jiggy with it. But somehow you don't have a choice. And women, let me just say this. There's a lot of women that I respect. I can't, it's hard for me to listen to women nagging. Like when I hear her talking, it sounds like a naggy woman. It's just a rat, like that rat voice that's just that's all I hear. I can't hear nothing else.
If you are a senior who had to go back to work
I'm not inspired whatsoever by no voice like that. I'm not inspired whatsoever. You might as well stop talking. You're just annoying me. Just by hearing you talk, it's just annoying to me. And I don't know how people aren't annoyed by this. I'm telling you what, man. Unless they do some switcheroo, there's no way in the world people are falling for this. They can put on a stage. They can get a couple of Democrats. Because there are people that's still crazy enough to be Democrats. They can get a couple of Democrats in a room and cheer and on their own little messaging. But we shall never forget, Joe Biden was trash from the day he got in there. We knew he was dead the whole time. Everybody knew. All the Republicans knew. All the Republicans were saying it. They swear to God before you, even her, that Joe Biden is totally fine. And he drops out because he's completely dead. And they let him go all the way to the debate to make this move. And they don't cast a vote or anything. They just pick Kamala Harris. The people of democracy. Give me a freaking break. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one, man. I'm out of here. Get you some of these carnivore snacks. Discount code Tatum, 15% off. I'm out.